call for the orders of the day, rarely used. If ever the chair gets off track, off the agenda, you say, Mr. Chairman, I call for the orders of the day. That means get back on track. Or maybe you made something, oh, by the way, I meant to mention this. When you postpone definitely, you postpone something, for example, to the next meeting. If you're just doing that unqualified vendor in a majority vote, it's what's called a general order. If you want it to come up at a certain time, Mr. Chairman, I move that we postpone the question to next month's meeting at 7:30 and make it a special order. Making a special order requires a 2/3 vote. But what it means is at 7:30 at the next meeting, whatever business you're taking up at the time, you stop and you go and take up the postpone order at that time. So if you got, but again, it takes a 2/3 vote because you're interrupting the regular order of business. And if the chair happens to forget that at 7:30, Mr. Chairman, I call for the orders of the day. Oh yeah, we got to take up this motion. Recess is pretty self-explanatory. It's not debatable. It is amendable. You want to recess for 5 minutes, somebody can say strike 5 minutes, insert 10, but you can't get into deep debate about it. Adjourn. The thing I want to mention about adjourn, it does close the meeting. It's a privileged question. However, if the body dissolves upon adjournment, it can only be made when there's no other business. I say the body dissolves upon adjournment. This, for example, a precinct convention, a district convention. When they adjourn, they are no more. 1-2 years from now, it's a completely separate entity. On the other hand, if you have this club meets once a month at this location, and you adjourn, just adjourn the meeting the next month. If you have any question that's pending at the time of adjournment, again, this is a privileged question, and it would take precedence over the pending question you're debating. That item of business will be the first item of business under unfinished business at your next meeting. Fix the time to which to adjourn, infrequently used. It's not fix the time to adjourn. It's fix the time to which to adjourn. For example, you've got a lot of business you need to take care of. But you've invited this guy to teach you Parliamentary procedures, and this guy won't shut up. It's getting late. Come on, we got a lot of stuff to do here. All right, he finally sits down, you get into your business, it's getting late, people are starting to leave. But you got something important that needs to be taken care of before your next regular meeting. Well, what do? Fix the time to which to adjourn. Mr. Chairman, I move that when this meeting adjourns, we adjourn to meet Thursday, 3 nights from now, at the same location at 7 o'clock. It's undebatable. Assume it's adopted, majority vote. Then it's usually immediately followed by a motion to adjourn. Now Thursday night you meet again. You don't have to go through all your list of your program all over again. You go right into where you left off. When you complete that, then you got the whole night to finish up the rest of the business. Any questions on these? All right, now we're going to get into incidental motions. These are motions which, by the nature of the title, don't pertain directly to the business, they're incidental to it. Suspend the rules. All right, you've got something that, an item of business, very controversial. You want to buy this piece of property next door, but it comes up under new business. And in your standard order of business, that's the last class of business you'll take up. But it's the thing everybody's talking about, is everybody's so controversial. Mr. Chairman, I move to suspend the rules and take up immediate consideration to purchase a piece of property immediately to our east. So you don't have to state, in fact, you do not state the rule you want to suspend. You merely state the purpose for the suspension of the rule. You're suspending any rule that interferes with what you want to do. It is not debatable, it's a second, and it requires a 2/3 vote. Yes, sir?
Would that be the same as call the question?
No, calling the question means we want to stop debate, stop amendment, and vote on this particular thing right now. When you move to suspend the rules in order to allow consideration of the motion to buy the property next door, you're putting that before the body for debate, now instead of waiting at the end of it when we come up under new business. You can't bring it under your business when your meeting just started. Let's say your meeting just started. You got officer reports, you've got standing committee reports, you got some unfinished business. Then you get to new business. Then you get talking about signing the property.
It moves it up the ladder.
Moves it up. That's the odd concept of spinning the rules and places it before the body.
We use that in order to bring new resolutions to the floor at the Senate district.
Okay, at the Senate district, we considered the resolutions committee report. If you want to amend the resolutions committee report, remember it had to be germane, right? Well, if you have something that you want to present and the resolutions committee did not even address it, you can't move your motion because it's not germane. Therefore, in order to get it before the body, I move to suspend the rules and consider the following resolution. You read your resolution. There's a second, it's undebatable. Then if there's a 2/3 vote, the rules are suspended, you may present your motion. Any other questions on that? Point of order. This is what Larry was referring to earlier. Assume there is a breakage of the rules. We're considering an amendment. Amendment is not germane, no way, no how. The chair, on his or own authority, should say, we're dealing with purchasing furniture for the secretary. Your amendment to pay for the chairman's expenses to the state convention, although well received, is not an order. They'll have to bring it up under a separate motion all by itself. If the chair fails to do that and say, and let's assume there's a second, the chair says it's been moved and seconded to amend the motion to pay for the chairman's expenses to the convention. You asked a point of order. Mr. Chairman, point of order. The motion is not germane to the main motion, therefore it's not an order. So you see how it works? This is anytime you see what you believe to be the rule being broken. The chair adopts something by majority vote. And you've been in this class, you know that it takes a 2/3 vote. Mr. Chairman, point of order. The motion requires a 2/3 vote for adoption.
Point of order.